What? Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, hello. How's everyone doing on this dark and dreary and wet Tuesday afternoon? Taking out a lot of garbage today. I am soaked. Mitchell, hey, how's it going? This week we do have a lot of books. A lot of them are just continuations of ongoings. There's a couple new number ones, not a whole lot. Maybe two or three, but a lot of ongoings for a lot of popular series. Lawrence, yeah, good to see you too, man. It was quite busy for a little bit there on the Mermaid too. And then there was a certain part where it all just kind of went quiet and everyone was tired and just wanted to go back home. All right, I'll give just a tiny bit more time, probably like 30 more seconds for some more people to join. And then we'll start off with probably the heavy hitter. It's like our one off pile. All right, how about we start with this? So I'm going to turn it over about an hour. Yeah, that's really all you need. I always looked at the wall books, and there was some cool stuff. So what you guys need to see is there's a certificate of authenticity for this. So this is Star Wars Vader Down issue number 1. This is specially limited series of copies signed and remarked by Brendan and Brian Frame. And here's what it looks like. You got their signatures down here, completely blank cover, remarked by them. This is gonna be $100. But like I said, it's been completely remarked. It's been autographed. There is a COA on the back, and it will be $100. If you didn't tell me and I didn't see the signatures, I would have thought it would be like a legit cover for this. It's always worth a shot, seeing if some of these big books can sell. You never know. But we will go final call for the remarked and autographed by Brian and Brendan Frame. Vader Down, issue number 1 from Marvel for $100. Go final call, and then we'll move on to the regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, Lawrence, I kind of wish I was there for an hour. I was there from, when were we there? Like 9 to 5, I think. Working 9 to 5. There we go. Good old Dolly Parton. All right, we'll move this out of the way. Worth a shot. Worth a shot. How about we start? Yep. How about we go ahead and start off with some Spawn, shall we? I have Spawn issue 352, both 299. I have 2 cover A, 2 cover A, 1 cover B. That B cover is pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, I like that kind of art. Once I clear off the table some more, I'll be able to shimmy the setup over too, but I can physically cannot right now. Also, we will be doing the giveaway tonight as well. I do have 3 variants or ratios set aside. You guys know the drill. Get a certain amount, get a certain amount of entries. Go from there. All right, we'll go final call for Spawn 352. And now that Mitchell has told me starting at 350 that it's a brand new, like, I could start reading, I've been picking these up. So thank you, Mitchell, for adding yet another book into my pull list that I probably didn't need. All right, we'll move on from there. But we will stay in the same universe. So I have Salmon Twitch Case Files, issue number 2. These are the only 2 copies I have. Yeah, I bet you're welcome. These are the only 2 copies I have of this book this evening, folks. Also, for those, Mitchell, gotcha. And Lawrence will take one. Awesome. Let me get you guys marked down quick. Perfect. Gone and gone. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, that's right. So tomorrow night, around, haven't decided on the time, either 7 or 7:30, Brad is actually going to do a live sale. He's going to do a toy sale tomorrow. So if you guys want to tune in for that, it should be tomorrow, 7 or 7:30. Next up, we have Batman, Superman, World's Finest, issue 26. I do have 3 variants here, or 3 copies. What am I trying to say? 3 different variants. There we go. Said it the right first time. Anyways, I only have 2 of C, but the rest I only have 1. This is the possible first appearance of Doomite combination of Doomsday and Mr. Mixie Spitalick. Mitchell wants C. And then Brendan wants C. And then Brendan, it's been a while since I've seen you on the live sale. I can't remember. Do we ship out to you or do you pick up at one of our stores? Ship. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I just was not sure. Awesome. One of the best series. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'll just have to pick up whenever it decides it's going to be done, or when they start doing some, or if we start getting some trade paperbacks here, I'll definitely have to pick it up. All right. We'll go final call for Batman Superman World's Finest issue 26. I got this one left. I think I've only picked up one copy of one of the issues just because it was the one with the Nicolas Cage variant cover where he was Superman. And I thought it was hilarious, so I had to get it. All right, we shall move on. All right, next up from Boom Studios, we have Blow Away, issue number 1. I do have 3 different copies here. I only have 2 copies of B. I have one of A, one of C. Now, this is about a wildlife photographer isolated in the remote cold of Baffin Island. Believes she witnessed a murder and is in pursuit of the truth. She begins to realize more than the silent white of winter's keeping her company. Pat, if you're here, this sounds right up your alley. He was napping. I thought you loved us, Pat. Come on. Just kidding. I know you probably had to deal with the kids and you're tired. I get it. I get it. Yeah, besides this, Pat, I don't know when you tuned in, but we went through Batman Superman World's Finest, Spawn, and then the Sam Twitch files, but those all sold out. And then I do have this really cool but very expensive Vader Down, Pat. It's not really your thing. $100. It's remarked by Brendan and Brian Frame, right? Yes. It's really cool. It's autographed, everything. You should totally get it. Even though I know you don't collect Star Wars that much. All right, we'll go final call for Blow Away, issue number 1. All right. Next up, I have Animal Pound, issue number 3. With this, I have 4 cover A's, 2 cover B's. And these are going to be $4.99. Gotcha for B words. Pat got you down. And then Lawrence, going back to the whole mermaid thing, now that I'm just trying to remember, I never got the person's name, but were you the guy that was talking to me and Brad about the benefits of being a pool lister? Or like the 25% discount for all new comics? Or was that not you? Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Okay, that's good. Good to know. Now I have a face with the name. Since you're up in Coon Rapids, I don't get to do that often. Pat, we didn't have Last Mermaid 2 on the table. I think I did see it in someone's pull list. So I don't know if you ordered it. If you did, it should be there. If not, if you just text me, I will look into it and see if we can get it reordered. All right, we'll go final call from Animal Pound, issue number 3. The Joker Harley coffee. It's interesting that raspberry. I don't know, raspberry and coffee just doesn't sound good. So I've had strawberry coffee and it wasn't that good, and I don't want to, they kind of ruined the fruit coffee for me. Okay, next up, we have Black Widow and Hawkeye, issue number 2. With this cover B, cover C, I only have 2 copies of, and I have 4 of A. You try it. Better man than me. I would not try it. I'm also just a wimp because I'm not a big hot coffee drinker. I have to drink mine iced or blended or something like that. That's just me. That's just me. Like some of the other brews though sound really good, and I would actually be willing to try it. Like I don't know. I don't think we brought it, but we had like a Frodo Baggins blend for Lord of the Rings, and it was like hazelnut, and it smelled really good. All right. Anyone for Black Widow and Hawkeye, issue number 2? Kind of forgot that she has symbiote right now. Totally forgot. All right. I guess we will go final call for Black Widow and Hawkeye, issue 2 then. These would all be $3.99 too. I'll be honest, I don't even know if I picked up issue 1. So I don't blame you. I don't blame y'all. All right, next up, got Batman Off-World issue number 4, $3.99 for cover A, and $4.99 for cover B. Matthew, did not get to Gargoyle's Quest just yet. I think I was actually going to make that my next book. So if you want to hang around, it'll be the next one up. Now, I only have 2 copies of each variant here. This is also your first appearance of the Thanagarian, which is a bounty hunter. And what's surprising too, as I was like looking through those Gargoyles books, there's only 3 variants instead of like 23. So that's awesome. That makes me happy. I think on the wall, whenever we get a new Gargoyles book, especially number 1, if you know how our wall's set up, and down in Rochester, we like to have rows of like 4 or 5, depending on how many books there is, that go up. And I think usually Gargoyles had to take up 3 slots, 3 or 4 slots in that in a row, and it was so sad. All right, we will go final call for Batman Off-World issue number 4. Lawrence, I actually am not too sure. Let me see if it tells me. It does not. Alrighty. How about we get rid of Batman Off-World? If I can grab him, Jesus. And to live up to my promise to Matthew here, next up I got Gargoyle's Quest, issue number 1. Alrighty. Like I said, only 3 copies, 3 variants. Thank gosh. Cover B is the only one I have. I have 3 cover A, 3 cover C, which is also like the least amount of Gargoyles books I think I've seen on this table. All right, Brendan, I got you down. And then Matthew, I got you down as well. All right, and down to one cover A left, one cover B, three cover C. I haven't bought a single Gargoyles comic, but if I did, I think I'd go with that one. I'm always a sucker for the negative space looking comics, looking variants. It's like whenever there's a negative space or whenever there is a foil, I always try to get those. Or cooler homage covers, which we will have plenty of those today. All right, we can go final call for Gargoyles Quest issue number 1. And if I forgot to mention, these are all going to be $4.99. All right. Next up, this one I do have a decent amount of variants of. I have Nightwing issue 113. Now, with this, I don't believe we got the cover A that we're going with it. Now, with this, I'm going to call this one cover A now. These are all going to be $6.90 or $5.99. So I have two cover A, two cover B, two cover D, only one of C. And like I said, if we did not receive cover A, like your actual base cover, just the card stocks. Now, what's special about this book is it is your milestone, your legacy 300th issue of Nightwing. Mitchell is claiming the last one. Now, when you say last one, do you mean this one being the last one or the last cover? Sorry, I should specify. Knowing you like to get the last ones that I have for these, but I didn't know if you want this one or this one. This is the last one I have for cover C. It's almost last cover. And that one I have an extra of, so it's going to stay up there. No, you're good. You're good. I just wanted to make sure. Because I know in typical Mitchell fashion, whenever I have the last of a cop, like only one of a cover, you usually go for that. So I wanted to make sure. I'm glad I did. Speaking of that last cover too, though, this costume, not one of my favorites for Nightwing. Like his classic, like first Nightwing costume. But that cover makes it look good. And I don't know if it's because they're trying to make Nightwing look sexy. Or maybe it's the lighting. But I actually like that suit in that cover. All right. We'll go final call for Nightwing 113 Legacy 300. It's the lighting, right? And then the rose in his mouth's a little cherry on top. Alrighty. Up next, I have The Walking Dead Deluxe, issue number 87. Both are going to be $3.99. I have 2 cover B, 3 cover A. And I am letting you guys know ahead of time, there is a comic that has 3 different variants. It's more like a magazine size that I cannot show the majority of the variants. So I'm giving you a heads up. There will be a couple of comics out there that will have a lot of sticky notes over them because I can't show the rest. Thanks, Brad, for ordering those. I do. And you're totally right. He does not have to try to be sexy. Nightwing already is. And yes, I do have naughty covers tonight, so woohoo. It's like even the like cover A for these, I feel like I could show it, but I'm still gonna like censor it a tiny bit just to be safe. But the other two, no, completely not. I have to censor him. Like I'm not hesitant on knowing that at all. It should be fun. So we'll go final call for The Walking Dead Deluxe, issue number 87. And we shall move on. Next up, I got Catwoman, issue number 64. 3 different variants, 2 of each. I have 2 of each. Cover A, $3.99. Cover B and C will be $4.99. I'm actually going to start censoring these things now while I can have a chance to think about how I'm going to do it. All right. We can go final call for Catwoman, issue number 64. Alrighty. Let's see. How about next up? There's the only 2 copies I have for this book. I have Green Lantern War Journal, issue number 8, $3.99 for cover A, $4.99 for cover B. Right. No, we didn't get any giant size Hulks. Just in general, we just did not get any. All right, we'll go final call for Green Lantern War Journal, issue number 8. We'll move on from there. Okay. Now let's move on to, we have Penthouse Comics, issue number 2. Now these are all gonna be $9.99. And now you see why I had to censor them. I even had to break out the larger sticky notes for parts of it. But these are all going to be $9.99. And I have 3. These are the only copies I have, too. Like the first one, I feel like I could have been okay with. But as you can see by the way I had to censor the rest, definitely not. Megan, if you get one, I will include the sticky note. Should have signed them all. Make an exclusive sticky note. It's funny too. I'm too scared to open these up, even just for myself to look at them, to see if what's inside. But I can only assume. Can only assume. Drop the pen. Whoops. Right, I guess I will go final call for Penthouse Comics issue number 2. I don't even know how we're gonna have these in the store, in all honesty, unless I keep the sticky notes on. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. All right, next up, only variant or only cover I have for Dead X-Men issue number 4 for $3.99. I have 4 copies, only one cover. Behind the counter, right? Like, I feel like I could definitely have the first cover out because, like I said, it's not that bad, but I don't want to take a chance on Facebook. That's the problem. It's like cover A, she's just wearing a bikini. It's just a very, very small bikini, but pun intended. But I feel like it would have been fine on at least the shelf. The rest of them, no, not at all. All right, I got 3 copies left for Dead X-Men issue number 4. Mitchell, have you been reading the rest of this series so far? And if you have, how have you liked it? I'm like flipping through this one and I'm seeing like the stuff for Blood Hunt, which is their like next big crossover thing. With how bloody it's supposed to be, I'm a little excited. I'm excited to see how gruesome this could be. As long as you get the red band version. It's like Midnight Suns. They're showing Union Jack the Ripper, which is cool. Black Panther. Pretty cool. Now that I have space too, I'm gonna shift us over. There we go. Perfect. I have room. All right, we'll go final call for Dead X-Men issue number 4. And in 2 weeks, there's probably gonna be a new X-Men series. It's just as bad as Spider-Man. All right, next up, and I only have one copy of cover B. I have Spider-Woman issue number 6. Number 6 is your variant cover. That's like the homage to like a bunch of the old vampire comics. It's the only one I have, only cover, only copy. But I have 5 of A. Also, not a lot of keys this week, so you won't be hearing me say a lot of keys. I got like 3 more keys I can say. Garrett, I'll go with it. Well, Megan, key collector, would like to disagree with you. I think I would only get this for that B cover, to be honest. I really like those vampire variants. They're awesome. All right, we'll go final call for Spider Woman issue number 6. He will fight. Next up, I have What If Venom, issue number 3. Both going to be $4.99. 3 cover A, 2 cover B available. The cover B is really cool. That's actually the one I think I pulled. Lawrence would like cover B. And Mitchell wants A. I feel like this whole What If Venom storyline is just a marketing ploy for there to be a whole line of new Funko Pops and stuff. Or new Marvel Legends. All right. We'll go final call for What If Venom, issue number 3. Hasbro's already going to get all my money soon with all the releases or reveals they just had yesterday. I think I already put my pre-order in for the Astonishing Wolverine, Astonishing X-Men Wolverine. I missed out on Lawrence. I will look after the sale for you. I missed out on the Superior Spider-Man they had up for pre-order, which makes me sad. And then there's like a 2-pack with the classic Iron Fist and a Luke Cage, which I'll have to get that one. And there's a really cool Danny Ketch Ghost Rider with a motorcycle that I want too. And then there was like Scar and Miss Marvel, I believe, or Warbird. Next up, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 19. I have 2 different copies, 2 different covers, and only 1 copy of cover B. The really cool looking vampire one, which on the back, it's a Tomb of Dracula homage. Which I pulled that one right away because that's awesome. Otherwise, I have 3 of cover A. Michael, I could definitely agree with you on that. As cool as like homage covers is, and I'm a sucker for them, they just kind of confirms the whole they don't really know what else to do, but a lot of them are still super neat. As long as it's not a comic book that like gets an homage variant all the time, i.e., your Amazing Spider-Man 300. Sick and tired of seeing homage covers of that one. Obviously, Amazing Fantasy 15, you have a lot of those. I can't remember the number, the issue number exactly, but there's the one of Venom standing over Spider-Man from the 90s that McFarlane penned up. And like your the one with Wolverine, it's got his claws up with reflection. You see Hulk. I'm tired of seeing that one. It's cool. Some of the new ones I've gotten, like there's the Wolverine versus Predator series that had a cool one, but otherwise you see it a lot, a little too much. But I can get behind these vampire ones because they're unique. You don't see them all the time. All right, I'll go final call for Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 19. All right, we'll move on. See, I just want to see homages of different things if they continue doing a lot of homage comic covers. But that's my 2 cents in it. Right, next up, fan favorite series. I got Cobra Commander issue number 4. Oop, there we go. I only have one of cover C. I have 4 of A, 2 of B. Oh, Brendan Mitchell actually beat you to it. Are you okay with A or B? A, gotcha. So one thing I want to see comic books do a lot more is if they have a variant in any way, if they can incorporate like a video game cover on there or like a video game homage to like the cover art of a video game case. That's the ones I usually buy because I know there was a lot of them. Not a lot, not a lot. There was, I think, one that came out that was called Hellions. There was a Castlevania homage from the classic NES cartridge design. There was the God Blood Commandment, I think it was called. I don't remember quite, but there was a Last of Us homage from the PS4 remaster, the first remaster they had for it. They had an homage cover to that one. A Tom Nook cover. It'd be pretty cool to get some like more Nintendo related cover homages. 'Cause you do have some, but there's not a lot out there. Like if some comic company was able to get like a homage out there and make it incorporate like a Zelda game, I'd be all over that. That's my favorite franchise. Favorite video game franchise. See, I think Nintendo needs to get more like out there with comic books too, man. There we go. Final call for Cobra Commander issue number 4. Imagine a Zelda comic book, like a Mario, because I know they do like some manga, or they do manga for those. But imagine like a American comic book. I think it would sell well. I know they used to do it in like the '80s and then the '90s and stuff, but never really done it. Right now it's really just Sonic for video games that are ongoing with it. Yeah, the Days of Future Past. That was one of my. That's still one of my favorite covers of all time. Right, next up, Dead by Day. I kind of forgot that was a comic. I'll be honest, Pat. Next up, I have TMNT, Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan, issue number 2. These are both going to be $3.99, and I only have one of B. Monster movie homage, yes. What else? There was like another video game that had one recently too. I feel. I know there's like you don't see them as often, but you do have them. Fortnite. Fortnite was the other one. I have another cover B. What am I doing? Fortnite had some that were pretty cool. All right, only got one left. Then I know Street Fighter had a couple recently. Yeah, besides that, I mean, you don't see it too often, man. Like, I'd like to see a new, like, Mortal Kombat comic. That'd be pretty cool. I'm sure whenever they announce an Injustice 3, they'll make another comic for, like, a companion comic for that. Like, you have comic tie-ins, too. Assassin's Creed, yep. Those ones are kind of sporadic, though. They kind of come out, seems like randomly. There's like the or Suicide Squad Kills Arkham Asylum, which was a prequel to the game. Animal Crossing X Doom comic. Mitchell, you're onto something. Pitch it. Pitch it. It's gonna that would make a lot of money. I feel like with Fortnite too, comic book wise, possibilities are endless. Especially for the codes. People buy them just for the codes. All right, we'll go final call for Team and T, Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan, issue number 2. All right, just one will go on the shelf then today. Make sure I have it all in line for this now. Okay, perfect. Next up, I have Roxxon Presents Thor, issue number 1. These are both going to be $3.99. With this, it is the first full appearances of Thor as Chad Hammer, a corporate mascot of Roxxon. Judge Dredd and Cyberpunk 2077. That would be a cool combo. Definitely. Like if they ever do another Marvel vs. Capcom, make a comic book series off that. Chad Hammer. Chad, yep. Chad Hammer, all right. So looks like an interesting read, to say the least. Apparently, Thor's completely loaded in cash because he's a corporate mascot. I was just flipping through, and he's got like fat stacks of cash. I'm a big, big fan of how they cover A shows you like what to expect. Cover B, it's just Thor. It's a cool looking Thor. Man, Chad Hammer. I'm not gonna get over that. Actually, it makes him kind of look like Steve Rogers in the face. All right, we'll go. Final call for Roxanne presents Thor, aka Chad Hammer. God, I'm not gonna get over that. It's just like the dumbest name, but I think it makes sense. I guess. Really unrelated topic. Look how big they made the wings on his helmet. Jeez. All right. Next up, we got Oz, Fall of the Emerald City, issue number 1. I got 3 different variants here. 3 of A, 2 of B, 2 of C. 22 pages of content, it tells you. It's gonna be. See, I feel like another like secret gold mine for comics is doing stuff with like WWE more too. Especially now, because I feel like WWE is like the biggest it's been in recent years now. And I can definitely see like Cody Rhodes being on the cover of one of these. Yeah, probably. But that would be kind of a cool gimmick too for like an up and comer. Make him think that this is all like a comic book or something, and he's got like a tie-in comic or something. I don't know, something neat. It'd be a cool way to push like new up and comers and stuff, or dramatize, or you know, stylize. I guess stylize like rivalries and famous matches and stuff. I feel like people would love the crap out of that. All right, we'll go final call for Oz, Fall of the Emerald City, issue number 1. I think the most recent thing is he had like a Ric Flair comic come out, and it was like, all right, it's like Ric Flair, Agent of Woo. All right, next up, I got Star Wars Mace Windu, issue number 3. Both going to be $3.99. I have 2 cover B, 4 cover A. This is your first team appearance of the Dusk Weavers. I do not like the look on that. I don't know the species. I'm just going to call him Babu Frick. Because that is the only one I know. Oh geez. Oh geez. Okay. So I got 2 cover Bs, which means I have no more cover B from Mitchell and Brendan. And then cover A from Michael. Bam. And bam. Down to 4 books after that I have left. All right, we'll go final call. Star Wars Mace Windu, issue number 3. All right, next up, I have Avengers Twilight, book 5. I only have 4 cover A's. I only have 1 of B and C. Michigan B. That's a really. I actually really dig that Hawkeye look. The costume is pretty cool looking. All right, we'll go final call for Avengers Twilight, book 5, $4.99 each. Guess I have a lot of variants of this one. So I have Fall of the House of X, issue number 4. Now, when looking, I only have 1 of D, 2 of C and B, 3 of A. Kind of speaking of the X-Men, tomorrow, episode 6 of X-Men 97 comes out. For those that have been watching, episode 5. Not going to say anything. I'm not going to spoil anything. But wow. Definitely probably one of my favorite anime, episodes of an animated show of recent years. Because wow. Episode 5, yeah. That's all I could say is wow. Wow and ow. It's gonna be definitely gonna be weird to see how the rest of the series goes. Interesting to see, I should say. Not weird. So far, that whole show has just been amazing. So I'm very excited to see everything. I know they had like a mid-season trailer that came out and it showed Captain America's shield. So that's cool. Definitely excited to see how that goes. All right. I guess we'll go final call for Fall of the House of X, issue number 4. Even what, episode 4? The whole like Mojo part of it? Mojo verse? That was really cool. That was a fun part. Fun episode. Next up, we have Ultimate Black Panther, issue number 3. I do have 3 different variants here. Oh, make it 4. I guess Brad had it hiding. There we go. So cover D is the only one I have. I have 3 of B, 2 of C, 1 of D. Mitch is getting A. And this is your first full appearance of Ultimate Storm. This is also the key of the week by Gotham City Comics. Ironic. Cover B is the one I personally pulled. I really like the Boss Logic covers. And Michael, I will check for you quick. Michael, I did not see it, so I'll get cover A aside for you. If you guys don't follow Boss Logic on like Facebook or Instagram, I strongly recommend you do. Because as you see by cover B there, their art is very cool, very detailed, always like wallpaper worthy, I'll be honest. All right, we'll go final call for Ultimate Black Panther issue number 3. Also realized when on my list, when I was looking on Key Collector, because we use a little laptop to the side and that's how I can read it. But I realized some of the keys were differently put, so I must have updated it. But I believe that was also like your first appearance of the Ultimate Killmonger, or like something similar, if I remember correctly. Next up, I do have the Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 2. There's those cool vampire homages. That's a really pretty cover. And this one's really cool too. They're all really cool. And I say next up, but this is the last book of the evening. Plenty of A, 2 of B, 2 of C, 1 of D for Spidey. D almost looks like it could be like, at least with the Peter Parker Spider-Man, almost looks like it could have been off the photo mode from Spider-Man 2. And then the game. These are all going to be $3.99. Oh yeah, here, let me show you the homage too. There's Amazing Spider-Man, and the number's cut off, but I'm assuming it's 101. Man, I'm messing everything up, huh? Jeez, keep hitting everything. Keep it up there for a little bit more, and then we'll go on to our giveaway. If anything, you should probably do by the video games, just because we didn't get as much shipment as the Joe Shelter pieces. Otherwise, if there's no other response, you should be able to. Yeah, I can walk around and see if any spots that are new vacuuming. Okay. See, I knew I just had to play the waiting game, and I know someone would want it. Okay, there we go. I know I have. There we go. Okay. With that being said, we're going to move on from Spidey. And I'll bring you guys over to the desk, or to the laptop for the giveaway. I started typing in, so I did get a little bit of a start. Let me go ahead, beep. Move on. And I just got to keep typing up here a little bit. So Mitchell has 4. Lawrence has 3. Brendan has 3. Pat has 2. And Michael has one. And Matthew has one. Okay. So as we can see, a lot of names on the board, a lot of multiples. But in all reality, I only have 6 names. I have 3 comics, 6 names. What we are going to do is to start off, this one's not going to be for a comic. Okay, so Mitchell, one of the Mitchells aren't getting a comic. This next one is not going to be for a comic. And if you do have a multiple and I land on you, I'm going to take all of your instances out. Mitchell, back to back. No comic. Okay, this next one will be for a comic. Like I said, if you have multiples on your name, I will remove all of them once you win. So then it's a little bit more fair. You are playing for this very cool foil for Donna DC Night Terrors. A little older. This is your free comic book foil variant. And okay, Mitchell won. That was triple back-to-back Mitchells, which is pretty funny. So congratulations, Mitchell. But we will remove you. That means Lawrence, Brendan, Pat, Michael, Matthew. Next up, this one will not be for a comic. So no comic. Brendan, one of your names will be removed. This next one, no comic. Ooh, Michael. One entry. Unfortunately, that does not guarantee a winner. Now, this next one will be for a comic. You're looking at issue 34, Amazing Spider-Man. Valued at $15. This is a 1 in 10 variant, or 1 in 25. Lawrence. All right, Lawrence, congratulations on that one. But all your instances were removed. Now I have 2 Pats, 2 Brendans, 1 Matthew, and 1 comic left. So this one, no comic. Brendan again. All right. 2 Pats, Brendan, Matthew. This one, no comic. And the yellow version of Pat is out of here. Now we have 3 people left. Matthew, Brendan, Pat. All even. Instead of going all the way to the end, that's where we're going to call it. This next one lands on. You're a winner. This will be the last one for the night. You are playing for Ultimate X-Men, issue number 1. It's $30 variant. And Pat, you are the winner of the Ultimate X-Men variant. Which, for the first time, Pat, it feels like I've seen you won. It's been a while. All right. So in that case, guys, that's all I have for you today. Brendan, Matthew, very close. Very close. Next time. With that being said, everyone, you guys have a great night. Lawrence, I will go look for the other What If Venoms, 1 and 2. And I can always message you back or message you if we got them. Alrighty. You guys have a great rest of your night. We will see you here next week. And tomorrow, if you are interested, there is a toy sale that Brad will be doing at 7 or 7:30. All right. Have a nice one, guys.